Oh, good evening and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers 4, Dundee United 1. Join myself, Fox, here on the show is my mate Fox. Evening, Fox.
Good evening, Ox. Good evening, listeners.
Give us your thoughts, Mucker.
Well, it was quite an enjoyable wee game for me, coming off the back of a good European win. I thought Dundee United came and tried to play football, and for the first 20 minutes, mate, they created more chances than we did. But after that, we just settled into the groove and just ran over the top of them, basically, mate. It was a very comfortable win in the end.
Aye, could have been more, but they had spells where they done all right, particularly at the start of the game, yeah. And they're not the worst team I've seen at Ibrox all season.
No, I mean, there's no many people that deserve a goal at Ibrox, but for me, them getting a goal today, I think they deserved a goal for just the way they played, mate. They never at any time sat back and they had a goal, and that made it an enjoyable wee game.
And the boys Simpson have learned you don't dilly-dally. Big McGregor let them know.
I actually missed that. I was getting a parcel delivered. That was the only bit I missed was their goal. Okay, I think a lot of good stuff, and I think you'll be on the right. Let's get these lines open, folks, and let's get people in and hear what they've got to say.
So why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yep, aye, a good result, Fox. Some funny goals and good goals at the same time. Obviously, the pick of the goal was Joe Aribo's. I think if I was Joe Aribo, I think I might have been claiming the first one as well. Thoughts?
Oh, Joe Aribo had a terrific game. Came into the match after about 20 minutes and then absolutely superb after that. The magic and trickery in his feet and his ability to get a shot away makes him a standout for most of the rest of the midfielders that we've got. And he just, sometimes, mate, he's very, very good to watch, very entertaining. And as you said, an absolutely stunning goal.
Yeah, it was an excellent strike, excellent move, good goal. I tell you, I thought Kent helped drag me back into the match. I think the three for me go us back into the match were Aribo, Kent, and Morelos. We saw his touches when he got the ball. He carried on for his good display, and Belgium, Fox.
Aye. He got on the score sheet today. Very fortunate, but Alfie would take it.
He meant it.
Some of the balls that he spreads about the park, mate, are absolutely terrific. He gathers the ball in, looks up, and he can spread it right and left. And he can do the short give and take as well. He's terrific at all-round play. Just that he needs to get back on the goal-scoring form for me. And that wee goal today maybe just help him to do that.
Here. And a big shout out for Big Balogun.
Aye, he's like a big giant tav, isn't he? He surprised me. He's got good pace. He's quite clever with his feet. Oh, well, we've been joined by a caller.
We've been joined by Tommy. Evening, Tommy.
Hello, Ox. Evening, Bridgeman.
That's Fox. Fox
is it?
There's about 20 years between the two of them, mate. You've just turned
no.
Good result, Ox. Didn't think so for the first 20 minutes, but take that.
Listen, mate, they done okay. They closed the.
Well, if it's a good job the boy Shanklin didn't have his shooting boots on now. Let's put it that way, Ox, because I thought he'd have buried that first one.
The one that McGregor came out and spinnered.
Yeah, brilliant.
I think that's you've got to. Shanklin done everything right. I think you've got to give credit to the goalkeeper there.
Goalkeeper again.
Aye.
I thought for the first 20 minutes, Ox, until we got the first goal, and then the floodgates just opened.
You could divide that game into three thirds, mate. First third we weren't great. The middle third we were absolutely brilliant, and then we just sort of played out the last third.
I was quite impressed with the boy right when he came on, Ox.
Aye. I thought as a move, and I don't know what you think, Fox. I'll go to you, mate, Fox. The highlight that move down the left hand side with Aribo and right was a great bit of skill.
Yeah, it was a bit unlucky.
He gives us that wee bit of extra dimension. I think the boys said on the commentary during the game that we bring in players that give us a wee bit something different, and he does. He's got pace, he's got good feet like the rest of our players, and he can spot a pass and take the ball on the run. So he'll offer us something different to the end of the season and onwards into next season.
Who's shone for you, Tommy? Who was the players that shone for you?
I'm always impressed with Stephen Davis, Oxford. I think he just does his class sometimes. Again, like your guy said there with the Aribo goal. If that was doing here, Ox in England, they'd be up doing jumping like a bunch of loonies. But what a goal!
It was a tremendous goal. Tremendous goal.
I mean, absolutely brilliant. And Alfie must be claiming the goal of the season then, Ox.
Well, I think the only thing is, I think what he should have done is flicked it up his heat, then pulled it down and put it in myself personally.
Yeah. Everybody's knocking Bonner for the penalty. I thought it was actually quite a good save, Ox.
Listen, he didn't score a penalty. You always get judged in that. He had it well enough. He put it the same way as he put. Well, his first one was down the middle on Thursday, for being honest. He put it to the same side where a left footer would be favoured. And the goal, it was a good height for the goal. He hit it well enough, and the goal, he saved it. Happens. I'm just glad we were 4-0 up at the time, Tommy. Yeah.
Aye, absolutely. You know? So it's almost. I mean, it's good that they've got a bit of a break now, Ox, to Thursday, and then they get a bit of a break again to the following Wednesday, don't they?
Well, we play one game in what's that? 10 days now or something? 10 days.
Well, they don't play. Well, they play next Thursday, and then they don't play again to the following Wednesday, do they?
Ah, that's right. Well, we've got one game between now and.
So hopefully, I don't. They listening to the commentaries. I'm not a big fan of that Clive Tilsley, but I mean, I just think when they said about Tav, hopefully Tav's injury isn't as bad as everybody thought it would be.
It still looks like ligaments. I don't know if you see him in the footage. He was smiling, laughing, and joking, but he was hobbling. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Did you see him, Fox?
Is it? What happened to Ryan Jack? I didn't quite see that. Also, must have just nipped out the room.
He pointed to his. I would say it was above his knee, but he pointed when he was coming off. Did you see that as well, Fox?
I did. I think it's just precautionary. I don't think he was wanting to risk anything, and they just took him off. And I quite thought Kamara when he came on was very effective as well.
Very good.
He just came back to the penalty. I don't know why he never just gave Alfie the penalty before he took him off. I know Borner scored the 2 in Antwerp, but the man needs goals, and I would have given him it before I took him off.
Mm. Yeah. I thought the pitch, Oxford, you know what you thought. I thought the pitch was pretty poor. I mean, considering the amount of football we've no played on it.
The pigeons did kind of like it.
Obviously, they put a lot of grass in.
The pigeon loved it. Yeah, the pigeons loved it.
It was, let's just say the grass is bare. Is that fair?
It certainly was.
It's not the kind of pitch that helps your style, Tommy.
No. So hopefully they'll get a decent pitch for Thursday night, and then.
No, that's not going to change in a few days, mate.
No, I know. I thought the pitch was poor, Ox, which is unusual for Ibrox, really.
I think when you get these pitches, it takes about a season for them to settle. And I remember the Tims having problems after they get theirs laid, and then the next season, with a wee bit of work, it comes up perfect. So maybe we'll have a better playing surface next season.
I don't know about you, Ox, but I loved listening to Radio Clyde the other night with that Celtic fan when they said it was two pub teams playing, and you're going, you've just got beat 8-2 with Sparta Prague, and you're calling these two teams pub teams. Right, you are. Okay.
I'm not a fan. I don't listen to Radio Clyde. Sorry, Tommy.
Oh, don't you? But I just had to laugh. I know somebody put it on one of the Rangers sites. So I just thought it was absolutely horrendous when somebody's saying it was two pub teams, and you're going, okay. Right, yeah. Yeah. You just feel like laughing.
Well, one of the pub teams that they were talking about, mate, is absolutely lacing them this year. So I don't know what kind of.
No bad. We're not doing too bad for a pub team, are we?
The other pub team still in the European competition and get out of their group. I wonder how they done.
Yeah. Yeah, they done quite well, didn't they? Was it 1 point, Ox? Did they get a point? Or did I?
1 point.
Look, we've completely broken them this year for their board to their fans, mate. They are in a shambles of a club.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for...
The reason for that is because we are so good. That's the reason.
They've played some great football. I totally agree with you. I thought they've played some really good football this season. And then when they got the 2 goals today, you could clearly see the confidence came right back into them. I mean, I thought some of their football in the second half was just absolutely tremendous, Ox. That was tremendous.
Tommy, see when they went 4-0, you'd have thought that was going to be 6 or 7, yeah? If that's my one complaint on the day, we stopped being so... we still knocked it about well enough, but we stopped being so offensive. But we've done enough, and that's me. I'm nitpicking when I say that, Tommy.
I just thought when he takes the Abdullah players off, Ox, gives them a rest. Good idea. Put the boy Simpson on. The boy Simpson didn't look too bad, but just give him all a game. I'm glad Big Ballaghan... I'll tell you what, Ox, I thought Big Ballaghan had a good game at right back.
Fox was saying similar. Foxy boy.
I did. I was surprised. I
thought he played really well.
How good he was. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he done really well. He didn't. I don't remember him hitting many misplaced passes. He won his stuff in the air. I thought when he went down with the head injury, I thought, oh no, here we go. But no, I thought the boy done well.
He put in a superb ball into the box for Alfie, and how Alfie never forced that over the line in the first half.
That was a bad miss for him. I thought he should have buried that. But
anyway, we'll be enjoying.
Anyway, Locks, I'm going to love you and leave you, Ox. It's been great to talk to you again, mate.
Cheers, mate.
All the best.
Tommy. Cheers,
mate.
We've been joined by GB. Yeah, Gary for Club Evening. Guys.
How we doing, Ox? You all right?
Aye, delighted with that, mate. Delighted.
Good stuff. Yeah, same. I wasn't concerned about today. I thought we would be commanding. I thought we wouldn't have any problems, and it turned out that way. I think we found the start of the game quite hard, but I think that's the pace at which Dundee United and how much effort they put into trying to play their game plan. But ultimately, that came apart for them, didn't it? So, and then after we got the first couple before off time, the game opened up for us. That was it. Like you say, it's just a shame we didn't we weren't more ruthless, but that's been the story of our season. When we've made changes, we've kind of lost momentum in a lot of games. So it's no surprise, but it's you've got to make these changes. You can't just keep players on
it's the right thing
when you get 3 goals up. That is, mate.
4-0. You get Davis off every day of the week, you know.
Look, we've been accused, Gary, of starting slowly in games. I think it's the team figuring them out, the opposition. And once they settle down and figure out the opposition, we usually beat them. And that's a sign of a very good side for me.
I mean, it does help, Fox. If you can get a goal in the first 5-10 minutes, definitely helps you settling into the game. Likewise, at the start of the second half today, we got that goal with Aribo. What a strike it was. That helped us settle into the second half. For that first, as soon as you got that goal, the next 15 minutes was gravy until we made the subs. So if you can get a goal in the first 5-10 minutes of a game, it massively helps you settle in. But that gets harder the further into a season you go, because players, especially when you're ahead and you're at cruising altitude where we are, players, they kind of ease themselves into games. They maybe, I think a wee bit as well. It's a wee bit. We're a very polished outfit at the moment, but we're no perfect. And I think there's been a few times this season that's been evident. We've been ahead against Benfica and they've come back with a couple of lapses in concentration. And then if you look at certain situations in games where Gerrard should have maybe made changes and he hasn't. So we're still learning all the time. Do you know what I mean? And it's still a lot of progress to be made there, which is good.
I tell you what, you must be some lover, Gary, because we've played 30 games and we've only drawn 4 in the league, mate.
Oh, I'm a hard man to please. No, but I'm very, very pleased with how we're playing. But I think the only way like anything, Ox, the only way you improve is by looking at what you can improve at. If you,
see how they're doing that. You've got the
I own a business. I own a business, Ox, right, and I'm of the belief that I don't want a customer to tell me how great I am. I want you to tell me what I can do better. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the only way I can grow my business. I don't need smoke blowing up my backside. I need to know what I can do better so that I can.
Aye, I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
Constructive criticism is always
exactly.
justified. Anyway, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I mean, obviously, we made the substitution with Jack. Kamara comes on, which didn't he? In fact, I thought Kamara played actually quite well on the piece when they come on. Don't know what you two thought.
Aye, Kamara will probably play more on Thursday night, so maybe we'll try to rest him. But you don't know with Gerrard, but I think with Jack, what he was pointing at above his knees, just above your knee, you've got a thing called a bursa, and he might have a wee bit of bursitis just after his injury, which is just an inflammation above his knee, basically. So it's better to take him off than risk it. But I thought Kamara was...
Maybe that's how he never started in Thursday era. Maybe. Carry on about Kamara.
Kamara done really well when he came on. I thought Aribo in the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes was brilliant, mate. Now, I'm talking about before he scored his goal and all that. I thought he was really, really good. His strength, mate, he's so strong on the ball, and he doesn't come across as an aggressive player. I think I'd love to see him a wee bit more. He doesn't have it naturally, obviously, but see if he had a wee bit more natural aggression with his size and his strength, it would make him an even better player than what he is, if that makes sense. Because he's not got it in him, that natural aggressiveness. But even although he hasn't got that, his strength's unreal. The way he can hold a ball up and push players off. Players just seem to bounce off him.
It shows great. For somebody, I think he's about 6'2", Fox. He's got tremendous quick feet, isn't he?
I think he's a great player, mate. He reads the game very, very well, can turn in a sixpence, and he can always see a forward pass. Very difficult to push off the ball. I think he's got great strength. And I think for 50 grand, as everybody keeps saying, what an absolute steal of a player he is. I love him.
You liked him for day one, Fox?
I did, because I liked him because you could see the ability the man had in the ball. And a lot of people weren't sure of him at first, but I don't think he was long in changing people's opinion on him.
Would you give him the first goal, or you give that to Hadji?
Hadji does get a wee poke at it, so... Was that no Joe Aribo that had that strike? Aye. Well,
you give it to Hadji?
Aye, I think he just took it away for the goalkeeper.
I think Hadji's wee flicks at a striker's instinct there. He showed it the other night. It's the first time I've spotted it, his movement across the front of the player to have that wee stab at the front post. And tonight, or today, with that shot that Aribo made, and he's just stuck his toe out, and I think the keeper saves it if Hadji doesn't get a shot on it.
Right,
so Hadji getting a wee toe on it definitely scores it.
And then we get a battle up with the second goal when it comes off the defender's back heel, I think. And then, obviously, the third goal's the highlight of the game. Well, wait a minute now. Aye. Haribo's goal was, some people might be Morelos' goal being the highlight of the game, but for me, it was Joe Aribo. Fox, then guys.
Oh, I mean, Morelos was a terrific strike off the chest and into the goal, but it was like a wall pass for the goalkeeper to Alfie, and Alfie just tucked it away. Let's not run him down, he deserves everything he gets. But Joe Aribo, fantastic goal, hit with power and accuracy. Keeper didn't stand a chance for that, and that's not the first time he's scored goals like that this season. Some games he's not on it as much as we would like, but when he's on his game, he's unplayable.
Gary?
Hi, a couple of things. As you know, I coach kids football for many years, and I always say to young kids and young boys, don't just put in a half-assed effort. Like, actually harry and be a nuisance and chase after the ball and even lost causes. And that's what Morelos was doing today. It wasn't chasing that defender down and then changing it to the goalie. And don't get me wrong, the goalie's made an asset as well, but it's come off Morelos, and it's come off him because he's put himself in that position because of that hard work after the ball. He's not just gave up. So he's although it's no finesse goal, he's not created it, but he kind of has because he's tenacity to get about the pitch. So I think it's a good goal, even though he hasn't, on the face of it, he hasn't had to do a lot to score it. But you don't score it unless you put in the work that he did.
All right.
With Aribo.
We'll be joined by Andy. Evening, Andy. How we doing?
How you doing, Oxshire? How you doing, pal? All right?
All right, Mucker. You?
Oh, brilliant. Hey, what a result. Eh? What a performance. After the first 20 minutes was a wee bit kind of behind the couch, but after that, they were superior, you know what I mean? Brilliant.
Did you enjoy Big Aribo today, Andy?
Oh, hey, what? Listen, I would have dropped that, boy. Sure I would. I don't even get more. I'm more of that. I was good. You know what I mean? What a performance. You know what I mean?
Have you asked the missus?
No, I don't matter. She doesn't like it, but she's upstairs. She's watching on crime, Sky Crime thing. She likes all the mystery murders and all that kind of crap. You know what I mean? I've been married for 35 years. So
how you murder your husband and get away with it? That's what she's watching.
Oh, that's what she's looking at. You know what I mean? She'll dig me up. She always digs me up anyway. You know what I mean? Oh, listen, what a performance! After I say the first 20 minutes, I was on the couch. Me and the boy, I'm going. I say we're not sure to half great here, but McGregor had two outstanding saves all year. You know what I mean?
Have we got to give them credit, Andy? Fox is saying this team that we've got, they find a way. And once they get a foothold in a match for about the next 40 minutes, they murdered that team.
Aye, that's it. Also, Fox is right because after I'm going, they must have just says, what's going on here? And then, see, much we got our first chance, that was it. But Alfie was the difference today. I thought Alfie was shippy.
Some of his touches were exquisite. Yeah.
See the touch he had for the second was a single. He held it in and he put it back and then he waited and he just put the pass. I'm going, that's what we're missing. You know what I mean? He's that strong. But the goalie goal was like, but fortuitous. You know what I mean? It was just like hit off him. But that goalie's got 3 good saves off him before that. You know what I mean?
Their goal had a good game. Really saved a penalty.
He did have a good game, aye. Also, he did.
So did theirs. The 2 goals in a good game.
Oh, Shagger was raging the goal you see the last 5 minutes here.
He'll be raging with that Clive Tilsley when he said McGregor will be alright because he's had his jag.
Aye. Oh, that Clive Tilsley. Bring back wee Tarn, I mean. He's alright, Clive Tilsley. Small doses, you know what I mean?
We're getting there, Andy.
What a game, hey, listen, what a game. Listen, enough of the pressure in the Mankey Walk. We've got to produce something right. I think it's quite cold up there, so maybe drop a wee couple of pints in there. I'm not caring anyway, it's lovely.
Does it matter, really? As long as we keep looking after ourselves.
Hey, we keep it going, I look to all the boys in the panel, I just phoned in there, so I've been watching the game, the Rangers TV, and I've just heard for manager. And he couldn't get a smell off his face. And I mean, he's waiting for some lemon juice at Asda there to get the smell off his face. I mean, but brilliant. Happy days, hey. No, my nephew phoned me last night. He's got the smoke bombs all ready for me and everything. He said, Uncle Andy, I've got the smoke bombs ready. I've got everything. Oh, brilliant. Because I bought a big bar at my back door. Like 12 feet bar out the back door. So I think they're all coming here. Anyway.
I'm looking forward to that night, Andy.
Oh, listen, I can't wait. I'll be 60 in May, right? I was 50 the last time we won the league at Rugby Park.
Right.
I had a big do in the Saturday night. We won the league on the Sunday. So I had a house fun on the Sunday, obviously. So I can't wait. Obviously. I mean, I can't wait. Well, listen, I'll take a wee step back and let the rest of the boys come in.
Right, brilliant, mate. Don't you be a stranger, mate. We love speaking to you.
No, don't be a stranger. I'll just be a ranger. Okay, take care. I love the lot of you. Okay, take care.
Cheers,
right,
Andy.
see you later, man. Hey, bye.
They are, Andy.
What a man. We'll be joined by Dermarnock. Evening, Dermarnock.
Good evening, lads. Good evening.
How are we doing, Mucker? All right?
Aye, I'm all good. I take it the receptionist only works Monday to Friday?
No, it depends who you're, mate.
No, the receptionist is on the programme, mate.
I think you let the boys get.
Aye, sneaked in. That was a good win, wasn't it?
Aye,
first
the first 20 minutes, aye.
20 minutes, aye. It was a bit scary, wasn't it? Back and forward, and McGregor pulled it again. But aye, I think we underestimate the pressure the players are under. As soon as that second goal went in, the whole game completely changed. The pressure's off them, and they just start playing football. They just play their game. So it's easy for us to sit and watch it on the telly and expect them just to turn up, but they're on the park and they're having to do their business. But aye, brilliant 4-1, raging with the goal. I'm sure we were all raging because we want the shutouts, but that sets us up nicely for during the week, and it's another 3 points, isn't it? All we wanted was 3 points.
Yeah. Basically, we got a grip of the ball about maybe half an hour, and then for the next 40 minutes, we were outstanding, Dermarnock.
Aye, so superb. Big Aribo. He's class when he's on his game, isn't he? He really is. He's got the fancy footwork and the skill on him, and he's a big guy as well. He knocked that keeper into next week, didn't he? But aye, when we play football, we're a right good team. It's brilliant to watch. 3 wins to go. 3 wins to go, and we're laughing.
There. By the way, Dermarnock, quickly before I go back to Gary, who we had to let Andy in. The boy Wright shows potential in his few cameos.
I think he's got a top class player. I said it with Kent as soon as first game I seen him playing. I said he's got to be a star. I can see it with Wright as well. He's rapid as well, isn't he? And that wee 1-2 at the end of the match was superb as well. I think Arfield was screaming for the ball, but he gave it back to Big Joe Aribo. But he looks rapid. I think he's got to be a great player for us, by the way. He's been brought in at the right time.
Aye, well said. Sorry, I had to cut across you then. Gary, on you go, mate. Maybe finish your point and give us a wee shout out what you think.
No, it's all right, mate. Not a problem. That was a nice big guy, wasn't he, phoning in? Full of beans, which is brilliant to hear.
Character.
No, I was just... character. No, a big... Aribo, he's really impressing me now. He kind of... He does sometimes no turn up to games, but he's on his game more often than not, which is good. And he's still a young boy. He does look a player. He fills the jersey, as I like to say. You know that way when you looked at players like Brandon Barker when they came in, they never looked confident. They never really filled the jersey. They just kind of. Whereas Wright, when you look at him, he looks like he's going to grow into it and be a top player for us. And I think that's what we need. We need young Scottish blood in the first team that know what the club's about, and we need to have that. And
here's some great news. Here's some great news. If the manager's right, he said that Roof and Tav will be back between 2 and 3 weeks. Go, Gary.
Wow.
Carry on.
Wow. Well, that is good news, mate. I would be gutted, mate, if Tav isn't on that pitch when the final whistle goes and we win the league. After everything that the club's been through and everything that boy's been through on the journey, and I think it would be only right if he was actually on the pitch and felt part of it, because you listen to football players through the years who have played and no taking part in the final game or the final, and they feel that they've been missing something. So I hope that he can make it back for the old firm, and I hope that we can win it, obviously, on that day, and that'd be brilliant. And maybe not so much with Roof, obviously, in terms of the connection with the journey, but he's definitely played a part this season, and so hopefully he can be back fit as well. We can't all play on that day, but you know what I mean.
We've been joined by Robert. Evening, Robert.
Evening, Fox and Gary. Got to say, guys, that's another one ticked off the list.
Yeah,
3 more wins, Ox, and then the SPFL trophy will come back to where it belongs, with the red, white and blue ribbons in the trophy room at Ibrox. Can't wait, mate. static tonight. Brilliant performance, Rangers. Yes, we're a bit slow in the first 20-30 minutes a day, but that's going to be expected after Thursday night's antics and that thriller we played in. But I can't take it away from the guys today. Joe Aribo, outstanding. I've been saying it for over a year about this boy, how good he is. I mean, he turns it on. He's just, honestly, he's like watching a Dutch player. That's what he is. He's got all that technique, all that skill, quick feet and everything. I just love watching him.
I'll tell you what we're going to do, just for you, Robert. Just for you.
Yes.
We're going to hear from Joe. We're going to hear from Joe Aribo now, and then we'll come back. Let's hear from Joe Aribo.
Rangers TV man of the match. Many congratulations.
How are you and the rest of the boys feeling after that one today?
The boys are buzzing. We knew today wasn't going to be an easy game. We had to start fast and give all we could in the game, get a foothold in the game, and just keep going throughout the whole 90 minutes. So.
We've seen many different ways that you've opened up defences before. Have you ever hit a shot with just as much power?
Probably not. Everyone in training, they say I just like to finesse it, like curl it. But I've been training, I've been practicing, so I just thought, let me just put my laces through, and thankfully it went in.
How pleased are you with your own form at the moment? Fantastic today, and obviously contributed with the goal on Thursday night as well.
I just want to finish the season strong, keep pushing, keep going, giving all that I can, and I'm happy that I'm getting positive results.
On to Thursday night, of course, the return leg of the Royal Antwerp game. Just give me a word on how excited you are ahead of that one.
Yeah, it's a big game, knockout football. We know what we have to do, and we just have to focus, get ready now, dust ourselves off, and move on to that.
There you go, Robert, just for you.
Oh, thank you, mate. I've been saying for well over a year or so, 18 months. I just love watching this boy. It just looks so much like, see the Dutch players you see, like your Overmars and players like that. It's got that wee trick in him. His feet is so quick, and we've had it in the past. This is what us Rangers fans love. Guys like David Cooper and Paul Gascoigne. And I'm not even going to put Johnny Bourne with their names, but I'm just saying, and Ronald De Boers. That's what we like to see. We love that wee bit of class in our team. And see that boy when he's on his game. See that goal? What a goal that was. What a finish. I just thought he had an absolute superb game today. On superb game from start to finish, Joe Aribo.
So did I, mate. So did I. Man of the match by a distance for me, even though I thought Alfredo Morelos and Ryan Kent helped, but particularly good. Kent, particularly in the first half, I think helped drag us into the game when we weren't doing too well. But they really played badly today. Domarnock, nobody really played badly, did they?
No, they did not, but I tell you one thing, I wouldn't give Barisic Jeremy penalties. I think it's a bit predictable. The same side once again. And again, that penalty was as poor as the first one on Thursday night. The second penalty on Thursday night was superb with the power in it. But that first penalty and his third penalty is a poorer penalty we've ever seen. You know what I mean? Just exact height for a keeper. And as I say, I would have given another penalty. But I don't know who was said earlier on that they should have thought they should give Yal for the penalty before he went off.
That was false,
100% should have gave him it. Get the ball in the net, another one, and move on. But I don't think Barisic is a penalty taker. And if it's the next penalty, it's going to go to the other side.
Did you know also take the penalties for his international side as well?
He's only got 6 caps, Fox, so I don't know if he's not got as many caps as you thought, you think, Borna. So I don't know how many of he's ever took them.
I think he's took one in international football. I'm sure he has.
I will check that out for you. Yeah, just for you. But I get where Domarnock's coming from. Unless he can open up and put it on the other side, it's pretty predictable, isn't it?
Yeah, but we don't know what he's doing in training. He's been at training and you do the penalty exercise, and it's usually the same 1, 2, 3 players that are left last man out. You know what I mean? The regular putting the ball in the net during that wee exercise, and he might be there. He might be up there in the top 3 penalty takers. So, but as I say, I just wish Arfield would have buried that one. That'd have been a great goal to on the penalty when Arfield scalped the bar. Know what I mean? That was some shot as well, and that'd give Arfield a good lift as well.
Can I just come in there and say Domarnock just disappointed obviously missed the penalty. But to be inside,
what was you breaking up, Robert? You're breaking up.
the wee selfish bit inside tells me he scores that one the day, my number one player, Rangers, comes back, their captain Tavernier, would Borna Barisic take the next penalty if Tav's in the team? That's the question I would like to ask. So I'm disappointed he missed it. No for me. So you would agree with me, Ox, if Tav came back in 2 weeks' time and we get another penalty when Borna had scored that today, Tav would take the next one?
Tav's going to take one at Parkhead when he back heels it in, mate.
Hello?
Yes.
We've been joined by Tucker.
Is that yours? Oh.
That's me, Tucker.
How's it going, big pal?
All right. How's you, Mucker?
I've just got to turn my telly down a wee bit.
All right, mate. What you watching?
Yeah, eh?
What you watching? Midsummer's Murders?
No, I've got Rangers radio on.
Are you with us, Tucker?
I'll be your fault.
Happy with that?
Give us out. Oh, brilliant. We stayed there. To be fair, Dundee United gave it a go, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They did. It was a better football game than most of the games we watched at Ibrox.
Oh, so are we sure the teams would come in and have a go? That would let Rangers play football and give it a go today. But I thought Aribo was outstanding today.
Here. I think that's what everybody's saying. Tucker has come on the show.
Oh, he was brilliant. What about my wee hero, Wheel Fredaway? What a goal he scored, huh?
I think he deserved that for his performance, Tucker.
I did. The wee man's been outstanding over the last few games, but it was funny the way he scored, wasn't it?
Oh, I know. And his face just changed. Kilmarnock, I don't know if you picked. I'll go to Kilmarnock, Tucker, come back to you. As soon as that ball went in the net, he just started laughing. He only laughed the whole game.
I know. Did you see with the crowd behind him? The four behind him laughing at brilliant.
We'll go to Kilmarnock with that one. On you go, Kilmarnock.
It was superb. It was all count, but and it was his determination, wasn't it? The goal. I mean,
listen, I know. But hey, 50, it's in touching distance now. The 55's coming, isn't it? It's good to.
Aye, you put yourself in the positions, don't you? For the wee rebounds like that, and
good button anywhere. We've been harder to get to do.
I know. There's two hard games coming out. Livingston, away to Livingston, if I'm right, and Hampton St Mirren. Is that right?
Tucker, your telly's still on. It's coming through. You'll need to turn the sound right down, mate.
Wait, I'll turn it down now, Paul.
Right, turn it right.
Is that better?
Turn it right down. I think so, mate. You carry on, mate. We end up talking ourselves.
I'm saying away to Livingston and Hampton St Mirren. It's two hard games, but we should come through them, and then we go to the piggery to win the league.
I know. I'll take this round the panel, right? Tucker said that you couldn't write the script for that after the journey. Kilmarnock, then GB.
I think they might drop points tonight, to tell you the truth. Up at Ross County.
Yeah, I think so, aye. Well, it's not an easy game tonight.
We'll come back to you, Tucker. Let the boys say their wee bit, and then we'll come back to you, mate. Yeah?
Right.
All right.
And they've also got the sheep as well, as much as the sheep are quite poor as well, but the sheep rattled the post after them last week, didn't they? It was Big, who do you call him? The boy that played for us. He put a shift in for Aberdeen. Aye. So, I don't... It would be all right to win at the piggery, you know what I mean? And they'll be trying their hardest against us if they get the opportunity. But I'd like to win at Ibrox, then we can all get Ibrox for the players coming out, you know what I mean? As much as it, historical-wise, it'd be brilliant. We can rub it in for years. But to be perfectly honest, I'll win it anywhere, as long as it's on a match day, and we get the chance to go wherever. Congregate their mass on.
Is the script written for us, Robert, then GB, then Robert?
Is that New York?
Yeah, Gary, aye.
I've got to be honest with you. I am absolutely. I want to win it at Parkhead because I can turn around and say I've seen it twice in my lifetime. So, and people of my generation, 40-year-olds, I think the last time it happened in the 60s. So that'd be a wee cherry on top. ultimately, I don't care.
99 was the last time it happened. 99.
That's right. Yeah. The coin incident and all that. With the self-confessed best fans in the world splitting over on our refs. Anyway, listen, I don't care.
Is the script written? Yes or no? Is
I
it
can
written
feel
in
it,
the
mate.
stars?
Yeah, I can feel it.
All right, okay.
But I don't know if they're good enough to win the games. Wired. That's the thing that's annoying me.
All right, Robert, is the script written? Is it written in the stars?
Yeah, yes, it is. Where the Rangers have been kicked out in the lower leagues, don't make the negative. And we all know who kicked us down and who rubbed our faces in the mud. We all know who it was. And you know what? Yes, the script is written. And you know what? Yes, I don't care where we won it, but it would make the icing on the cake if we could go down to that park, whatever you call it, and we win it. And I think we will. I think that's when we will do it. I think we'll go down there and the Rangers will win it in style. And you know what? I'll settle for 1999 when Neil McCann scores 2 goals and the Rangers win 3-0. I'll settle for that.
Here. Tucker?
Yeah, sure.
Does that do you a nice 3-0 win?
Aye, a 1-9 win would do me. And Wilfredo scores the winner, Ox.
I think he's your favourite.
I don't want to win it in for Bar Park. He won it at the Piggery. Wilfredo scores the winner. 1-0. That'll do me.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Listen, mate, we've got some more callers coming in. Great.
No problem, Paul.
Speak to you soon, all right?
Right, you too, Paul. Cheers.
Cheers. You take care.
Cheers. Bye.
What a man. Oh, aye. Everybody's getting built up. Domarnock, this side we've got, I mean, when you look at the stats, I mean, I looked earlier on, but by the way, folks, 15 games, Borna Barisic has played for Croatia, scored 1 goal. On his debut, I think, yeah?
Okay.
No, his debut international goal against Azerbaijan. Doesn't he say it was a penalty, folks?
Okay.
Yeah? All right. But this team we've got, Domarnock, they just seem to find a way, and I don't think they're going to get the credit they deserve to get silverware, because at the moment, as Jimmy JFK says, it's ifs, buts and maybes. But 30 games now played, 26 wins, 4 draws, 73 goals for, and 9 against.
It's superb. In the last couple of years, I've been criticising that Michael Beale, because I thought he was getting too involved with Gerrard. I thought he had too much to say, but I'm taking it all back. I think now that we've got the players are coming in, a quality. As I say, Jack unfortunately going off injured. Then you're bringing Kamara in, know what I mean? And it's just like for like. And I think that must be Beale's system as well as Gerrard's. And as I say, I need to say I was wrong about him. And I think he's a crucial. And I have read a lot of things about him in South American stuff and all that. And as I say, at one point I did think he had too much to say, but now I was wrong. Know what I mean? And I think the guy's quality, because he's always in Gerrard's ear, isn't he?
Well, I think our coaching staff, their pluses and minuses. Gary McAllister seems to be the cool, calm one. It keeps everybody cool and calm, and they're all in it together. The boy Colshaw, Beale, Gerrard, McAllister. They're a team within a team, if you know what I mean, Domarnock.
Aye, they're definitely a professional outfit, aren't they? And we're all singing the same song. You know what I mean? We all get one target, and they all seem to know each other's jobs. And the Man team are superb. Still don't forgive McAllister for missing that penalty. You know what I mean? Against England, but there you go.
I remember that day shouting, "Let McCoist take it," and somebody said, "Why McCoist?" I says, "Look, everything Ali touches goes right, doesn't it? That's how you let McCoist take it."
Aye. I was doing Alton Towers for that game, and it was just, and they were trying to throw me out the park, and my girlfriend appeared with a security guard, and I was sitting in with the bus drivers, and I was like, "I'll just sit down, just ding him, we'll go away." So obviously we get the penalty, didn't we? And so I jumps up, and I think there's 2 Scottish people in the whole big hall. Then obviously Gaza, McAllister messes the penalty up, down, and then Gaza runs up and scores, and the place.
Within a minute, mate. Within a minute.
Can I come in?
At least it was Gaza. Yes, Robert.
Just something you were touching on there a couple of minutes ago, and you've given the stats there about this team, all the goals and clean sheets, etc., and we've no lost this season. Do you know what I love? Do you know what I honestly love about this present Rangers team, which really gets me emotionally? See, you know what I really love about this Rangers team? See the camaraderie of this Rangers team is unbelievable. Big Leon Balogun. Tav gets that injury in Leon Balogun. No problem, boss. I'll go to right back. It wouldn't surprise me when we play the next game against Livingston if Steven Gerrard turned around to Bomber or Connor Golston or somebody and said, "You're in goals today." And they would turn around and say, "Where's the gloves? Give the gloves right now." That's what I love about this Rangers present team. The camaraderie of them. They're all for one another. There's no superstars. There's nobody thinks they're better than the other players. They're all for one. And you know what? See, as a Rangers fan, that melts my heart because that's what we're all about. We're all in it together. We're all one. And I love that about this present Rangers team. They might not be as good as the Rangers team under Walter Smith or as good as the Dick Advocaat Rangers team, let's be honest. But see this present Rangers team, you cannot take it away from them. They've not lost a game all season. And you know what? And we're all saying to ourselves here today, disappointed we lost a goal in a 4-1 victory against Dundee United. Guys, we played a game on Thursday night, 4-3 we won. And you know what? They left everything out in that park on Thursday night. And you know what? You cannot complain with this present Rangers team. Fantastic. And that's what I love about them, guys.
Listen, mate, I'm telling you now, when this season's finished, if this carries on and we can maybe win 7, draw 1 in the last 8 games, mate, then people will look at this group of players differently. Gary B?
Yes.
Yeah.
Need to win. Ox, we keep saying it. We're all very impressed with the stats and all that, but, you know, tell me the stats, you know, how many goals did we score in 1992? What a team that was and what we achieved in the treble and all that. You don't remember the stats. You remember what you won when you look back. So it's not about stats. I like stats, but stats only back up if you've been good and you've won something. It only matters if you win. So we need to get on the line, which is coming. And then, but, you know, I think that, you know, the way the game went today where we kind of fizzled out once we knew the game was won, I hope that doesn't happen with the season. I hope once we've won the league and get all the final hurdle, we don't just let the season fizzle out and concede games or whatever, because that'd be a travesty for the team as a whole, because we're good enough to go the season, I think, unbeaten. I don't think that's the target, but as soon as the league's won, that should become the target. Do you know what I mean? And it'd be a shame if they take their eye off the ball at the final hurdle. So that I think that's the two aims: win the league and then go unbeaten in that order.
Once you get there, I think the fixtures will dictate that a bit. The man depending how we do well in Europe, doesn't it? You know, if we get to the quarterfinals and we've got a game on the Sunday and we're playing on the Thursday in Europe, I think a few people will get rested. Personally,
I think so. As much as momentum's good, but if you know you've got one focus, and like I said, Defoe and that start getting starts, and Simpson will start getting starts, and some people will be getting rested. And the thing it would be good if Tav and that come back in a couple of weeks, because obviously Helander he's swapped with who'd you call him?
Balogun.
Tav's replacement, Balogun. And they two are getting kind of rest, but now they two are just they're having to be first picks. But let's say about Balogun, I think he'll grow into that role, Tav's role. I think every game he's going to be better confident with it, and at some point he'll start putting the crosses in. I think a couple of times a day.
He put one in for Alfie, didn't he?
Some cross. I think it was one at the start of the match, and he could have, and he pulled it back. But he's definitely, I think he'll grow into that role for us.
Okay, I've just asked you. Well, I've been ordered to put a shout out for www.rangersradio.online. If you're listening on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, we're in lobby at rangersradio.online. Is there with all the photos he's sitting there, and I've been told the sound's better, and it's a lively lobby, and you get to meet CB and Skipper. You know all about that, don't man?
I've not been in the lobby for a while, but there was a lot of good guys on there. Butterbean and the rest of the laugh, you know what I mean? But I will need to get back on there as well.
They're a good crowd. They're a good crowd everywhere. Good Rangers Radio community on Facebook and YouTube as well. So, but you're in lobbies there if you want to come and join us. Right, okay. Are we all agreeing that Joe Aribo was man of the match?
Yep.
100%. 9 out of 10 for me today, Joe Aribo. Thought Ryan Kent played well. Yes, I'm giving him a 9 out of 10, Joe Aribo. Ryan Kent played well. I thought Big Balogun done well. And I thought Glenn Kamara, American one, was absolutely fantastic. But Joe Aribo, for me, I'm giving him a 9 out of 10.
That's a high mark for you, Robert. You gave Torval and Dean two.
Can I argue
it? Gary, you happy with that?
Aribo was. I thought in the first half it was very good as well. I don't think. I think we didn't struggle in the first 30 minutes. It's just Dundee United played really well and got around the pitch really well with Stoker's playing. But I didn't think we looked bad. It was just a good game of football in the first 30 minutes. To be honest with you, Dundee United made a good game yet, but once that goal went in, Hadji got that touch and the goal went in, it kind of just broke down. But I thought Aribo was the best in the first half, and then when he got his goal in the second half, that set him up for man of the match for me. Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to say the boy Shanklin showed some nice touches today that I didn't think he had in his locker. There you go. Fair play to the boy. Maybe
apparently he's been covered to docs.
Huh?
He's been looked at, apparently.
People are looking at him, but he lacks a yard in pace, but he's definitely got the intelligence. Definitely. Watching him today.
He's got the touch, he's got the intelligence, and he's got a bit of belief in him as well. Even I think sometimes when players come up against the old firm, some players kind of freeze a wee bit. But he definitely wasn't a great finish today, but it was a good save by McGregor. But his touch to glide past Helander was brilliant.
Question is, Oxen Gary, is he good enough to play for the Rangers? And secondly, are you talking there if it could be a possible replacement for Alfredo Morelos?
I've not seen enough of him. I've not seen enough of him to make that call, Robert. Yeah, honestly, I've only ever seen him play against us.
I think he's all right, but I'll be honest with you. I think he's all right, but I don't know if he's quite got it. But there again, we'll probably say the same about Glenn Kamara and what a star Stephen Gerrard has done that boy. Yes,
anyway,
definitely.
Young Darren's joined us. Young Darren. Evening, Darren.
Good evening, panel. Good evening, Gary. I think I've heard you and all the other ones.
Aye, I'm on here, mate.
Really good performance by Rangers today. Joe Aribo, 10 out of 10 for me. Fantastic. Alan McGregor again. Good saves at points. Dundee United came out as a wee bit. The stop was playing, as Gary said. So just another big box tick. Now 3 points off the park, and obviously Europa League next. That's the next challenge.
Here, mate. The big games just keep rolling. It's the exciting part of the season, isn't it?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Listen, get yourselves on mute, Darren. I'll come back to you because we've got the manager. We're going to hear from Stephen Gerrard, MBE.
Stephen, congratulations on the result. It wasn't easy, but how do you reflect on that 4-1 victory?
Obviously very happy with the result and the outcome of the game. I think we expected Dundee to come. There's a big rivalry in this fixture that everyone's well aware about. We knew that they'd start bright, especially on the back of us playing in Europe. And, they had a lot of energy and a lot of runners from the midfield that caused us a few issues, especially in the first 20-25 minutes. I think once we come to terms with that, we settled into the game and we went on and obviously got ourselves in a very comfortable position.
What was the pick of the goals from your perspective?
Obviously, Aribo's is a fantastic strike. I think he's really back now. He's obviously took his time getting up to speed, but his performance in midweek and his performance today, he deserves his man of the match performance. He was out for a long time. It's his first injury he suffered in his career, and he had an illness on the back of the injury, so it took him quite some time getting right back in the groove. But he was fantastic today. Not just the goal, his running power, His quick feet, the way he outplays people, and once he gets you in the box, you're in trouble because he's got all the skills that he needs.
Stevie, on Joe Aribo, I was just saying there to Emma and Shelley, I wonder where his best position is, where he feels his best position is, and where do you feel his best position is, because he's so effective in a middle three or playing one up off the side, coming in one of those 10s.
Well, you've got more experience than me. Can you tell me? Because I'm still trying to work it out myself. Listen, he's a fantastic kid. What I will say is you can't get him off the training pitch. He's always working on his game. I think for me, good players can do whatever job you ask them to do. The good thing for Joe is he can be effective as a right 10 or a left 10. Of course he can, because he's closer to the goal. And if you probably ask Joe, he wants to be closer to the goal. But when we're at home, playing him as a left 8 or a right 8, it gives us that little bit more ambition in our team and in our team selection, rather than having the 3 number 6s. And we know he can burst from deep. And it gives us the chance to get Hadji and Kent in the team as well, and maybe other people for different games. But honestly, I can't speak highly enough of the kid. He's a boss kid. He wants to improve. We're delighted to have him. You know, he decided to come here to Rangers to develop and grow, and he's certainly moving in the right direction. But he's absolutely low maintenance. Everything he's putting into it, there's no surprise that he's getting a lot of good performances in his game now.
Stephen, I wanted to ask you about Dundee United. Obviously, you mentioned it took about 20 minutes for Rangers to get into the game, and it was interesting for Dundee United to set up with a diamond. Did you change anything tactically, or was it just patience?
Well, we knew how they were going to set up because of the previous 2 games, and once we seen that Nicky Clark was in the team with Shankland and Appiah, we had a good idea. They were going to try and man-mark Stephen Davis, and then at the right time they were going to either go into the front man's feet and Clark running beyond that. And it gives you the problem because you've only got 2 centre-halves. So if it's 2v2 and then you'd have a runner, I think Davo took a bit of time to get used to that. And we worked it out, to be fair. I think the players worked it out before we could get to it. But we tweaked it at half-time. We had Leon stay a little bit more. Yep. Just so if Clark burst off us, we had Connor as the middleman just to match that. So we did work it out tactically as a staff, but we wanted to get half time to do it. But to credit to the boys, they worked it out and was sorting the majority of the problems out themselves. I expected us to be a little bit slow today. We had a couple of long days leading into this game in the build-up on the back of a tough week going into Europe. And we give everything in Europe. We left it all on the pitch. So I expected us to be a bit leggy. But to get ourselves to 4-0, having worked the game out, I'm really pleased with the boys' effort.
How's Ryan Jack, Stephen, after going off in the first half?
Well, hopefully we've got to the injury before it becomes an injury, if you like. He's felt some tightness in his calf early in the game. He hasn't felt knot and tear, which is good, but we're going to have to scan it and see what it is. It's in the calf area, but he's felt some tightness in there. He first felt it after 10 minutes, so I'm a little bit upset that he hasn't reported it after 10 minutes. He's played on for a little bit longer, so we'll have to scan it and see what the damage is. But fingers crossed he's not out, because he's so important to us. But what I will say is Glenn Kamara come onto the pitch and absolutely looked top class again. I wanted to save Glenn for Thursday night to have him fresh, because it'll be a big game for us. And obviously give Jacko the start because he was offloaded through the week. But Glenn was outstanding. He made us play more, and he was a big factor in getting to 4-0 because he gives a bit of class and a bit of style when he come on.
I think Stephen Gerrard listens to the show before he goes on his interviews. What do you think? No, he's just saying some of the stuff that we've said, though, man. Everybody's in agreement there.
I think we're all seeing the way the game plays out. You know what I mean? And it's a good thing. It's just clicking for us, isn't it? At the minute, well, it has done all season, which is superb.
Darren, on you go, Robert. On you go, then we'll go to Darren.
Yeah, I was just listening to manager's interview there. Did you hear what he said there? He was a wee bit upset with Ryan Jack for no reporting. He got that injury in the 10th minute, and that's what I'm saying about this camaraderie. Ryan Jack's wanting to get in the trenches and do everything he can for the Rangers, but the manager's disappointed with him because he knows he's a big player and he knows he'll be a loss, because playing on like that, it could cause himself a bigger injury and he could boot for another 6 or 7 weeks, and we'll really, really miss Ryan Jack because he is such an important player. And that's what I love. Just listen to the manager there. Fantastic. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Darren?
Aye, manager was good at hanging there. Just obviously what we have said, good game. Gerrard obviously talks, he's just first class in my opinion. Obviously the way he speaks, the way he does the games, and I'm just really. I just get up every morning and thinking he's really good at a really good manager at our club. We should treasure him. Obviously being at our club, and obviously he's not had any success, and that's what's ringing about just now, but it's definitely coming.
Yeah. Talking about success, we'll be joined by Amanda. Evening, Amanda.
Good evening, all. I managed to
evening, Amanda.
Today. Good evening. I thought I agree with everything he said about Steven Gerrard. Oh, what a manager! I mean, even with the players we do today, Tav and that, the team just okay. There was a glitch of Scott losing the goal, but the whole team just stood up today and got counted, and I just think it's getting closer. You can feel it getting closer. It's getting to that stage now. You're starting to get to, I can't wait, but it is getting closer. You can feel it getting closer. And even the day on Rangers TV, the Scotland women boss Shelley Kerr was saying, it's a team that just don't seem to know how to surrender. You know what I mean? We just seem to have a battling spirit. I know surrender, aye. We just seem to have a battling spirit about us. And Stevie G seemed to be kind of doing the job and plucking the strings and saying, like, you need to do here. I mean, it was great to see Morelos smiling the day, wasn't it? Really? We've not seen that very much lately, but it was good. No, I just think we've got a top-notch manager there, and I think he is a treasure to have. We should be treasuring him because he is an asset to the club.
Here. I can't argue with one point of that, Amanda. I think Stevie G is so important to this project. Gary?
Aye, I think you probably guessed Ox speaking to me all the past, but I quite like the technical side of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And when Gerrard was talking there, you could hear it in his voice how technical they are looking at the game now and how technical they're looking at it. I think that's a new thing relatively in Scottish football. I don't think that's always been there. Really small tweaks in the game. I think in years gone past it was just pick your best 11, send them out on the pitch, tell them to go in hard and strong, and that was your team talk really. Whereas now it's really technical, which I quite like to see, and I think that's why we're getting the results. It's taken a few years to get us there, but this isn't a one-hit wonder. This isn't a one-season wonder. We will carry this on to next season. We'll improve. We'll do even better next year, and I think we'll carry that hopefully into Champions League football next year.
I think so, and I think it's one of these things. I mean, I'm going back to when we were sitting at Dundee and that, watching the third division and that, watching us play Dundee on a big frigging tossing rain night. All these stupid wee gruns and spending a fortune to get through and get Forfar Bridges and all that when we were on that stage. But see now, it's great. It's just rung the spring back into our steps, and it really has. We'll be doing the bounty all the way to Ibrox, I think. Well, some of you might, but I might not be. But there you go.
Oh, don't you worry. You'll be doing it in time. Robert.
Aye.
Oh, we seem to have lost Robert. Darren, in you come, mate?
Aye, just again, who Gerrard reminds me? He reminds me of the young boy a couple of weeks ago that was on speaking to us. Obviously, Stephen's boy. Just the way he speaks is the way that your boy speaks, Stephen. He just speaks, obviously about Rangers and obviously being that young, and the way he speaks, your boy was a real credit to everyone and good to listen to for a young.
You talking Gary's lad?
But Gary's
is that William or something? He was called William, or Wills or something, aye.
that's good for obviously the young. Obviously,
as I told you at the time, he takes after his mom. She's a lovely lady.
I think on that, guys, my lad, he's 17 now, but from the age of 5 or 6, I've taught him on TV and spoke and showed him certain things about players trying to find space and peeling off players and, how they retain the ball, so it's not all just attack and smash it forward, which you see a lot in Sunday League and you see a lot in the lower leagues. And to be honest with you, you've seen it a lot in Scottish football in years gone past, where teams just lump it forward, push up, and try and keep the ball in the other team's half and the other team's third. And I say to Wills about the technical side of the game and how you should try and play and try and mix up. That's what I like about Gerrard. It's just no tiki-taka. He will go back to front. He doesn't mind Balogun playing a diagonal ball because it keeps teams guessing. It keeps them honest. And I've been saying that to my lad and teaching him. And he's still young enough now. I didn't realise all this stuff until I was in my 30s, really. And I didn't learn about this. But I know I'm teaching it to him, who's only 17, so I'm hoping he can take it forward in his football.
Easy game.
Well, at least you don't need to worry about me teaching him how to play football because they'd be knackered if they were.
Well, boys and girls, we've reached that time of the evening.
Oh, my, are ready?
Already, aye. I'm ready. I ready, aye.
I ready, aye.
I ready. Oven ready. I'll give you a hint. There'll be one for me, Fox, and Domana. It's oven ready.
Oh, God.
I'm going to give the last word to Domana. Domana, on you go, mate.
Great 3 points. First 20 minutes, the game was quite even. Dundee United made a game of it. But as soon as we got our first goal, then a second goal, and we just cruised it after that. And it's just onwards to Antwerp, back to Ibrox on Thursday. Hopefully, I get into the next round. It's on to Livy, and that's us. So take it game by game. 3 points with 3 points, and it's coming home, innit? 55's coming home.
Yeah. Can I thank everyone?
Can I just say before the end? It was very nice to see Heart and Hand sponsoring the game today. I think that's the second or third game that they've sponsored. Big up to the boys at Heart and Hand.
Yeah, they've been very, very complimentary to us over the last few weeks, Fox, haven't they?
They're a nice bunch of fellas, mate.
The original and the best, they called us. Don't know how to take that.
And they are the same.
Here. Listen, can I thank all the callers made the show tonight? It was great to hear from Andy and Tucker and all the boys and girls on here. Gary, Amanda, young Darren, Robert, and Marnock, and of course my mate Fox. Thanks to Old School Boy and Fox for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night I forgot Tommy, between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. We'll join with the Bridgeman with a view for a bridge, and my mucker, the South Side. Take it away, Old School Boy.
Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. Won't you come and cheer us? Help the boys along. White and blue, coming through with a song. Oh, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. We'll be there to do it, Rangers. Do it if we can. Rangers, win the cup, hold it up in our hands. out everyone, we run away. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay.